Hello, my name is Zach with HVAC Shop Talk, and in this video I'm going to tell you some tech tips that the older techs might know that the younger techs might need to listen up to.
It's time for a new product announcement, Yellow Jacket style. Oh yeah, new stuff from Yellow Jacket means we're getting nice new tools that we can all fall in love with. This is the brand new YJack Flow, part number 67069. The YJack Flow is a wireless anemometer that hooks up with your smart device through the YJack View app and allows you to measure airspeed and calculate CFM, so you know exactly what's going on in your system. And although it comes with an 18-inch probe that collapses down to 13 inches, you can get a 36-inch probe for larger ductwork. And unlike a lot of other tools out there, it has a 2-year warranty, but it's also made in the USA. This is the YJack Flow, and you can find out more at yellowjacket.com.
Experience yields wisdom, so in that regard, we're going to do some rapid fire tech tips right here, which I hope, especially you younger guys, can appreciate, and you older guys go, yeah, that's true. The first tech tip I have for you is refrigerant charging. If you're liquid refrigerant charging, a lot of times you'll screw your hose on, open up the bottle, flip it over, and put it on a scale. That's what I always did, for better or for worse. Maybe you have a better way. You probably do. But let me tell you something about when you do that procedure. You want to make sure that that hose is on good and tight, and you want to make sure that the flipping action when you turn the bottle over doesn't cause that hose to unscrew in any way. More than once, I have caused liquid refrigerant to start spewing out the side of a hose connection because I did not connect it properly, or when I flipped it over, it actually worked to unscrew the hose through the flipping motion. So that's my first tech tip. My second tech tip is, even though new tools are very nice, they don't work for people who don't know how to use them. So I never bought an ultrasonic leak detector, but a lot of guys swear by them. But if you get an ultrasonic leak detector and you have no experience with it, you may not be able to have the success that the older guys have. And that goes with a lot of different tools. I know with the iManifold back in the day, you would get it and you would get 1 million bytes of information sent straight to you by this device. And it's only good if you know what to do with the information. So learning the trade is more important than the tools of the trade, so to speak. This one might just be for our country people, but I'm gonna tell you what, never drive through anyone's yard without asking them. There's a whole different set of problems that can occur here, and the two that I think are the most important are, one, people get kind of funny about their yards. Even if you think a yard is subpar, or maybe it's covered in garbage or whatever, you never do that. It's offensive to a lot of people, and it rubs them the wrong way. And out in the country, we are lovers of the Second Amendment, so you don't want to rub those people the wrong way. Also, out in the country, we have septic tanks. Septic tanks are where our doo-doos go, everybody. If you're in the city, they magically disappear into a big pipe. But in the country, they don't magically go very far at all. They just go to a big canister in the ground, and if you drive across it, you can cause it to cave in. And if it caves in, you know where you're going to go, into the canister that holds our doo-doos. So make sure you don't do that. If you're on a service call, a lot of times you run into things that you've never seen before, especially when you're young. It's just the nature of the beast. You're going to run into things constantly when you first start that you've never seen before. My advice and a tech tip to the younger techs, don't spend an hour staring at something trying to figure out how it works on the spot. Call one of your older techs or any older mentor to help you through the situation. There's so many times where I just sat somewhere because my pride, I just wanted to figure it out. I didn't want to have to call anybody, and I sat and wasted so much time. And I'm telling you what, you can't bill for that time because you can't bill because you're stupid. That's not how it works. And if you try to do that, questions will arise and you will find yourself without a customer or a job before too long. Don't be afraid to ask somebody for help. Nobody knows it all, even the guys on the internet with the other YouTube channels that seem to know it all. They don't know it all. And my final tech tip is this. when you get into the trade and you start working, maybe you're an installer, then you become a service tech, vice versa. I don't know why you'd ever go from service tech to install. That blows my mind. If anyone has decided to do that, please comment below. In fact, since I said that, make sure you comment below because we're giving away this awesome wireless tool. We're going to give it away at the end of the month. I'm going to pick one of my recent videos and then pick from the comments on it. Don't know which video yet. Don't know which comment. That's all going to happen spur of the moment at the end of the month because I am spur of the moment personified. So all you young guys that get into the trade and you start out as an installer and you become a service tech, you feel like you have a good handle on the industry, you have a good handle on the business, how it works. Take your time before you go rushing out to start a business. And the reason I say that is make sure you have a good understanding. Sometimes taking your time with something allows you to get that final bit of understanding you need to be successful. A lot of times we think we know everything because we have no knowledge of what we don't know. But you need to make sure you have as much exposure and experience as possible because you need to know how to deal with all situations, both technical and business. So maybe watch your owner, communicate with him about what your intentions are in the future. Say, one day I'd love to own my own business. Do you mind telling me more about how you do it? Some people won't be receptive to that, but some people will. And they'll be instrumental, and they could be a mentor even after you leave their company. So don't be afraid to take that moment. Try to build those relationships. How does the business owner deal with the supply house? How does he get his supplies? Who does he talk to set up accounts? All the tiny things that come into play as soon as you want to start a business, not to mention all the endless things like taxes and God knows what. You need to know a lot of stuff to be in business, and it's totally separate than being a good tech or a good installer. And I could never really get that to work for me. I was always a tech, not so much a business owner. I was semi-successful. I think that's the best way to describe it. Not unsuccessful, semi-successful. But I was always more of a tech than an owner. It's best if you learn ownership and you approach it from that direction. You'll be more successful, you'll make more money, and you'll do a good job for your customers. Those are my tech tips for today. My name is Zack. This is HVAC Shop Talk. I love you guys. God bless you.